Welcome to week 45 and it's race morning. So I am all ready to rock and roll. I think I've done everything that I need to do, and so I'm just about to make my way down to Mooloolaba Beach. Hopefully the surf conditions aren't quite as bad as yesterday and will be, won't be tossed around like a cork in the ocean. But anyway, they've shortened the course a little bit, so should be no problems. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting out there and seeing what I can do, fully rested and ready to rock and roll. So I will not be able to film whilst I'm doing the race, but I will try and catch you up after and see how we go. Welcome to my journey. We're going to take this and train it to compete in this. Yes, you heard right. This fat, unfit, middle-aged man is going to compete in the Cairns Ironman Triathlon 2024. That's a 3.8k swim, 180k bike ride, and a 42k run. Well, hopefully run. Starting 60 weeks out, you can follow me and see if I've got what it takes to make it all the way. Every week we'll have a new episode, and you can see the highs and lows, all the tears, all the blood, all the sweat, and there'll be lots of sweat. I hope you join me and enjoy this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you do. We'll see you soon. Walking down now. The sea is still angry, my friends. So we will see how this swim goes. I'm used to swimming in choppy oceans, but this might be a whole new arena. Well, the race is all over and finally got my bike. It's a long wait to get all my gear back, especially by yourself here. And of course it just poured rain while we were waiting just for fun. So that was nice. I'll give you a full race breakdown when I get back. As usual, the race left me wondering, what the hell am I doing? Why am I doing an Ironman? Blah blah blah. I'm sort of a bit over that now, so that's good. So, full race recap. Well, overall, I wasn't happy at the end of the race, but I'm more happy now. I realised that, conditions weren't conducive to doing any records. I went faster than I did in Townsville, which was great, but I didn't do what I planned, what I wanted to do. So that was not ideal, but that's okay because we learnt lots of things. But let's go through the race. So, swim, very rough out there, very hard to sight things, a big swell, almost caught a couple of waves coming in, freaked a lot of people out. I'm used to swimming in the, choppy sea, but the big swell was pretty interesting. And it's weird not to be able to see where you're going. But other than that, the swim time was quick, even with the horrible conditions that we had out there. So I was pretty happy with that part of it, and it went. I guess the swim was about what I expected given the conditions. So I think, and it's a big transition, like a long run from the water to the bike area, which again is something different. And but yeah, other than that, I mean, I swam fine. I still had plenty left in me when I finished the swim. So all around the swim was fine. First transition, 6 minutes, I think it said. I was pretty happy with that considering how far the transition is. And, you know, I had to, the whole drying down, getting your socks on, that kind of stuff. I'm not, you know, pro athlete, so I'm not worried too much about that side of things. But it wasn't too long, and I got everything right. I had it all laid out well, you know, so I was happy about that. Then the ride, what a ride. It was really good, actually, in the sense that, I mean, I don't ride a lot of hills, and this is not a super hilly course, but at the start there were sort of right around Mooloolaba here, there are hills like in the town, and then you go out of that and then you're on flat basically. So the first 5Ks and the last 5Ks is hilly, and so that was an interesting proposition. But it was, again, I think the ride, I did a 31.5 kilometres in an hour. So I broke my new hour time trial, which was good. And that was even with I don't even know what the wind it was. It had to be, you know, 40 to 50 kilometre an hour wind, with gusts even more than that. It was really, there were times, I actually managed to spend a lot of time down in the aero position, which was good because I normally have a bit of trouble doing that. So got better at that part, which was good. But I also, but yeah, there were times when, you know, I don't know how those pros with disc wheels and everything stay, like, I'm a big guy and it was nearly trying to blow me off the road. So anyway, out, I think I was averaging about 38 kilometres an hour going out and about 28, 27 coming back. So, but again, the hills just had no, I don't know, I haven't practiced hills. I haven't done any hill work because Cairns is pretty flat, and so I haven't needed to. So I was a bit, I hadn't realised how much it would affect me. So anyway, but that's all learning. I was happy with the ride anyway. And the other thing with the ride too, the reason, you know, it's probably 5 minutes slower than I could have been, just because coming back into town it had just been raining, like we got bucketed on halfway through the ride, and so everything was wet and slippery, and the course here, there's lots of tight turns for probably the last 2 kilometres, and so I just couldn't go fast, otherwise I would have ended up on my ass somewhere. So that was again a bit different. Like, you just can't, I hadn't anticipated any of that sort of stuff. I didn't think I'd have to go slow anywhere. But anyway, like I said, it's the learning part. You know, you can sit back and look at the numbers and look at the course and think, oh yeah, I should be able to do this time, but the truth is that on the day, given the conditions, you get what you get. And anyway, so transition to run was fast, 3 minutes, so I was happy with that. It was really just pull the shoes on and head out the gate. I actually felt pretty good getting off the bike. I did all my fueling, 90 grams of carbs while I was on the bike, through fluid, and a little bit of hydration, a couple of salt tablets. So I felt pretty good coming off the bike.
but again, the hills, you know. I don't run hills. I don't know if anyone knows Townsville very well, but there's only 2 hills, and I walk up one of them, and yeah, so I had it in my mind I was going to run the whole 10 kilometers because I've done it before in training. Come off a 50k ride and run 10k's, no problems. Wasn't to be. The first, 3 kilometers up and down hills and around, just, I kept pushing myself to go, but there was nothing there. And then I kind of just got a bit burnt, and I couldn't. It was just walk, run after that. And there's a big, the waterfront here, there's a big long hill that the race course goes along, and it's great running down, but you've got to run up, and there was no running up for me, so the hill, that part was a bit disappointing in the run. I just didn't have it in me. I haven't done hill running before, and so I want to, I definitely will need to look at those things if I'm going to do a course that has hills in it, because there's a big difference between able to run on the flat and being able to run up a hill. And I've learnt that now. I've learnt that the hard way. So, yeah, this is good anyway. I didn't feel this happy about it yesterday, but now I can look back and think, well, what else could have happened? But in terms of didn't do a great time in the run. I think I was about the same as I was in Townsville, but with all the hills and everything, I have to say it was a really great atmosphere all day. Everybody, it's really weird running along and having people yell out your name because they can see it on your lanyard. And I had someone run up to me in the race and say hi, because they watched the YouTube channel. I've had half a dozen people after the race come up and talk to me. So it's been really good in that respect. Not the result I was hoping for, but as with all things, a really good learning opportunity. And also, now that I've got my sweat test results, I know, because I think one of the other problems that I had was just not fueling, but hydration. I think in the run, I was running out of steam a little bit because of my hydration as well. I put in a lot of effort in the bike ride, and I think, it's hard to be certain, but I drank a lot afterwards and still had a little headache later on. So I think I need to nail down that formula for hydration, and get that absolutely squared away in my training, so that there are no, because my legs didn't feel that bad, and so I've really got to get all the other things working right to make sure that my hydration doesn't get in the way of me being competitive. But all in all, I was really happy. It's a great place to come and do a triathlon. 3,000 plus athletes, really friendly atmosphere, and it's a beautiful place, as you can see behind me. Normally a beautiful place. Worst conditions in the whole 30 years of the Mooloolaba Triathlon this weekend, but don't let that put you off. Get yourself, if you want to get into a triathlon, this is not a bad place to start. I'm sure it's beautiful most of the time. So, the only other thing, I'm looking forward to trying out my black. I bought 2 tri-suits while I was here. One is the one piece, the one that I wore yesterday, the sleeveless one. There's a bit of chafing that goes on with that, so I don't know I like under my arms, not anywhere nasty, and at my neck where the collar zips up. So I'm interested to try the black 2-piece one that I got, which has sleeves, because I think that will probably help in the chafing. But again, good stuff to learn, because if I had have chafed like that, if I'd have worn that suit in the Ironman and been chafing like that, there's no way I would have finished, because I would have been bleeding by the time I got to the end. So it's really good to know have these things worked out before we get to the big event. And I've already been through my cycle of, I'm never doing this again, what's wrong with you, you're an idiot, right after the race, to, I'm excited for the next one. So no, you can't explain it to someone who's never experienced it, but I imagine it's, for women who have had babies, probably the same sort of thing. Why would I put myself through this pain, through to, oh my God, our baby's cute. And yeah, I think racing triathlons is very similar. Lots of pain, you question your entire existence, and then you can't wait to do your next one. So, yeah. Anyway, today I'm going to pack up and head back up the coast and, yeah, get back into training. I got to run tomorrow. No workouts today. I got to run tomorrow, which I'll do when I get back to Townsville. And then we're back into it.
Well, that's the end of my brick, and that is approaching the edge of my capability, I think. Or, probably got another hour in me, I think, at the moment. But still good. 80 kilometres on the bike, 3 hours, 7.6 k's run in an hour. So I'm pretty happy with that, considering I've had a bit of a disjointed week and whatnot. So So anyway, that's it for this week. Thank you very much for watching. I'm just going to put up my chart now. You'll see no major changes, although before I went down to Mooloolaba, I did weigh in at 115.4 or thereabouts, and I haven't lost any more this week with all the travel and different bits and pieces, obviously. So, and also the new personal best in the bike 1 hour time trial. So yeah, pretty happy thus far. Next week we will dig right into the sweat test, and I will go through my hydration plan, which I used today, so we'll know the results by the time we do next week's video. And yeah, so that'll be good. So hope you had a great week. Make sure you look after yourself and always take the next right.